Good day, sir. We are the Group 3 and the members are yours truly, Flora Miligarde, Luyas Julian, Primor Chalamay, and Katubig Marijen. Measures of central tendency of group data. So we are going to find the mean, the median, and the mode of the following group data. So our task is to solve table 3. So weight in kilogram, we have 75 to 79, 70 to 74, 65 to 69, 60 to 64, 55 to 59, 50 to 54, 45 to 49, and 40 to 44. The frequency, we have 1, 4, 10, 14, 21, 15, 14, and 1. In getting the mean of measures of central tendency of group data, we have two methods. So the first one is the long method and the second one is the co-derivation method. So first we will use the long method. So in getting the mean, we have to get first the class mark and the fx. So the formula of class mark equals lower limit plus upper limit then divided by 2. Okay, so 75 plus 79 equals 154 divided by 2 equals 77. 70 plus 74 equals 144 divided by 2 equals 72. 65 plus 69 equals 134 divided by 2 equals 67. 60 plus 64 equals 124 divided by 2 equals 62. 55 plus 59 equals 114 divided by 2 equals 57. 50 plus 54 equals 104 divided by 2 equals 52. 45 plus 49 equals 94 divided by 2 equals 47. 40 plus 44 equals 84 divided by 2 equals 42. Okay, so now we will go on to fx. So in getting the fx, we just simply multiply the frequency and the class mark. 1 times 77 equals 77. 4 times 72 equals 288. 10 times 67 equals 670. 14 times 62 equals 868. 21 times 57 equals 1197. 15 times 52 equals 780. 14 times 47 equals 658. And 1 times 42 equals 42. Okay, and the summation of fx is equal to 4,580. Now we can proceed to the formula of the mean. So mean equals the summation of fx divided by the summation of f. So the summation of fx is equal to 4,580 divided by the summation of f, that is equal to 80. So 4,580 divided by 80 equals 57.25. So that would be all in my part. Thank you.
Good day, sir. I am Julian Luyas and I'll be discussing the second method in getting the mean of a group data, which is the coded deviation method. Since Ms. Ligarde was able to discuss or read the given scores, the frequency, and how to get the class mark, this time I'll directly proceed in the coded deviation from AM or in the D column and the FD column. In here, since we know that the highest frequency is 21 and the assumed mean is 27 since it's within the row of the highest frequency. So in order to get the D, we are going to let the highest frequency be equal to 0 and apply the sequence of data like in the Cartesian plane. We're in above 0 is positive and then below 0 is negative. So it will go this way. So above 0 is positive. So positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, and then positive 4. And then below 0, of course, is negative 1, negative 2, and negative 3. So, in order to get the FD, we just need to multiply the frequency to the coded deviation or the D. So, 1 times 4 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 10 times 2 is 20, 14 times 1 is of course 14, and then 21 times 0 is 0, and then 15 times negative 1 is equals to negative 15, 14 times negative 2 is equals to negative 28, and then 1 times negative 3 is equals to negative 3. And then we are going to add the FD so that we can get the total score of 4. And now, let's proceed to the solution. For the formula, so mean is equals to AM plus summation of FD over summation of F multiplied by I, or the interval. So mean is equals to 57 plus 4 over 80 times 5, or we're going to substitute this time. So that is why AM is equals to 57, and then the value of summation of FD is equals to 4, and then summation of F is equals to 80, and the interval is 5. So let's proceed. So 57 plus 4 times 5 over 80. So it's equal to 57 plus 4 times 5 is 20, and then copy the 80 here. So 57 plus 20 divided by 80 is equals to 0.25. So the answer is 57.25. The answer is the same when we use the long method and the coded deviation methods. So the result or the answers are just the same when we use the long method or the coded deviation method. It's just that long method is much easier and simpler than the coded deviation method. So, but the answer are just the same. So that's all for my part, sir, and thank you.
Good day, sir. This is Shalame Permore, and for this time, I'll be discussing about the how to get the median of a group data. So we have this in the table given, weight in kilograms and the frequency. So first is the 75 to 79, 70 to 74, 65 to 69, 60 to 64, 55 to 59, 50 to 54, 45 to 49, and last is 40 to 44. So its interval is 5. And then let's move on to the frequency, which is 1, 4, 10, 14, 21, 15, 14, and lastly is 1. That is the total of the frequency or the summation of frequency is 80. Now, in the median of a group data, we have to get the lower boundary. So, in order to get the lower boundary, we have to identify first the lower limit. So, the lower limit in the given is 75. So, lower limit minus 0.5. That is the formula on how to get the lower boundary. So 75 minus 0.5 is equals to 74.5, and then to be followed by 70 minus 0.5 is equals to 69.5, and then 65 minus 0.5, 64.5, 60 minus 0.5 is equals to 59.5, 55 minus 0.5 is 54.5. 50 minus 0.5 is 49.5. 45 minus 0.5 is 44.5. And the last is 40 minus 0.5 equals 39.5. Now, let's move on to the less than commutative frequency. So, to get the less than commutative frequency, we have to copy here the kaning nasa ilalom 1, and then we add kaning we have to add the frequency kanang gikan sa ilalom patubang sa babaw. So 1 plus we have to copy and paste it kaning 1 lang una dire mo yato i-copy, and then atong i-add sa babaw ang the above number of the 1 is 14 man. So 1 plus 14 equals 15. 15 plus 15 equals 30. 30 plus 21 equals 51. 51 plus 14 equals 65. 65 plus 10 equals 75. 75 plus 10 equals 79, and then 79 plus 1 equals 80. So, as you can see, the top of the less than cumulative frequency is 80, which is same og number diri sa summation of frequency. So, that means nga correct ang imuhang pag solve ani. And now, the total of the less than cumulative frequency is 396. And now let's move on to the solution. To get the median of the group data, we have to use the formula. So the given formula here is median equals lower boundary of the median class plus summation of f divided by 2 minus less than cumulative frequency over frequency of the median class times the interval. So we have to substitute the given numbers for the kaning sa nasa formula. So median equals 54.5, which is our lower boundary ni siya kay nat na as we see in the kanang sa table na siya dira plus 80 nganong na 80. It is the total summation of f man or sa frequency. This is the total, so we have here to drop the given number divided by 2 minus 30. So anong nakuha na to siya 30 kay so di ba ang highest frequency na to is 21, and then ang nasa line, ang inline ani is 51 man. So, ang less than sa 51 or nasa ubos sa 51 is 30. So, muna atong i-input ang 30 over 21. Nga ng 21 kay this is, we can see it in the frequency which is siya ang highest. And then, 54.5 plus 80 divided by 2 is equals to 40 minus, ito rin na ipang copy, 30 over 21 times 5. And then, 54.5 plus, naroon na siyang na 10. So, 40 minus 30 equals 10 over 21 times 5. So, 5 is the interval. So, we have to copy na pod 54.5 plus we kanang ato sang i-times ang kaning nasa bracket dito sa nasa gawa. So 10 times 5 is equals to 50 over 21. So 54.5 plus 50 divided by 21 is equals to 2.38. And then ato na siyang i-add silang duha. So 54.5 plus 2.38 is equals to 56.88. So that is our median class. That's all for my part, sir. Thank you.
Good day, sir. I am Arjan Valiata Katubig, and I am assigned to explain the mode of group data. So we have here the weight in kilograms. So we have here 75 to 79, 70 to 74, 65 to 69, 60 to 64, 55 to 59, 50 to 54, 45 to 49, 40 and 44. So we have Ri, which is our class interval 5, and we have here the frequency 1, 4, 10, 14, 21, 15, 14, and 1. So we have here the total of our frequency, which is 80. Next, we have here our LB, which is lower boundary. And then for us to get the value of this lower boundary, we need to subtract our lower limit to 0.5. So we have here our lower limit is 75. 75 minus 0.5 is equal to 74.5, as you can see. And then we have here 70 minus 0.5 is equal to 69.5. 65 minus 0.5 is equal to 64.5. Then 60 minus 0.5 is equal to 59.5. 55 minus 0.5 is equal to 54.5. 50 minus 0.5 is equals to 49.5. 45 minus 0.5 is equal to 44.5. 40 minus 0.5 is equal to 39.5. So let's solve it. So we have here the formula of mode, lower boundary of the model class plus open bracket d1 over d1 plus d2, close bracket, times I. I is our class interval. So for us to know the value of our lower boundary of the model class, first, we need to base it on our highest frequency. So our highest frequency is the 21. So the value of our lower boundary of model class is 54.5, since we are asked to find the lower boundary of the model class. As you can see, 54.5. And next, let's find the value of our D1 and D2. So it says there that D1 is the difference between the frequency of the model class and the next upper class. And then for the D2, it says that it is the difference between the frequency of the model class and the next lower class. So the hint there is the word upper and lower class. As I said earlier, to get the lower boundary of the model class, we need to consider the highest frequency. So we have here 21, and the upper class of the 21 is 14. For us to get the value of D1, we need to subtract frequency of the model class to R, which is 21, to the upper class, which is 14. So 21 minus 14 is equal to 7. So the value of our D1 is 7, as you can see there. So as for D2, still the same technique, frequency of the model class minus the lower class. So we have 21 minus 15, since 15 is the lower of our frequency of the model class. So 21 minus 15 is equal to 6. So the value of our D2 is 6, as you can see there. And we have our I, which is our class interval, so we have 5. So now it is the time to solve it, since we have all the value. 54.5 plus open bracket 7 over 7 plus 6 close bracket times 5. So next we have 54.5 plus open bracket 7 over 13 close bracket times 5. So just simply copy the value of the lower boundary of the model class, which is 54.5, and then just simply copy the 7, since 7 is the value of our D1. So as you can see there, it is already 13. It is because it is the value of the D1 and D2, which is 7 plus 6 is equal to 13. Then again, just simply copy our class interval, which is 5. So next we have here 54.5 plus 35 over 13. So again, just simply copy the lower boundary of the model class, which is 54.5, as you can see. And then, as you can see, it is 35 already because it is the value of our D1 and our class interval, which is 7 times 5 is equal to 35. And again, just simply copy the 13. And the next we have here 54.5 plus 2.69. So we get the value of 2.69 by dividing the 35 over 13 is equal to 2.69. And then lastly, we have here the total 57.19. So 54.5 plus 2.69 is equal to 57.19. So therefore, the mode is 57.19. So that will be all. Thank you and God bless.